Now we are bringing on next the legend Trevor Pinder. Hello, Trevor. How are you?
Good afternoon. How are you, Martin?
I'm very, very good, thank you. Long time no speak.
Yeah, too long. So I was thinking about that, and I actually remember exactly where I was when I spoke to you last. I was in a pub in Hove, believe it or not.
Do you know what? I remember that. Remember that conversation right next to the station, wasn't it? So
100%. Absolutely
yeah,
right,
and I was on a bus going home. Those were the days, eh?
Yeah,
Public transport.
those we actually do that type of stuff. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I get it.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, Trevor, thank you so much for joining me today. I wish we could offer you more time, and hopefully we will in the future.
Hey, no, listen. I've listened to a lot of the other stuff, and it's been great. So no drama there whatsoever. Just thanks for having me on. It's brilliant.
Oh, pleasure. So, Trevor, look, I know that you work with a lot of different recruitment businesses. On the sales training more than anything else.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping is to hear. Last time I spoke to you was before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And we've had a massive obviously pandemic, and that's changed a lot of people's attitudes. It's changed the world of sales in terms of a lot of people do things remotely rather than face to face. It's changed the fact that we're continuously having to bring in new talent because we're running out of people in the recruitment industry. So what's going on the coalface from your perspective?
Yeah, it's really interesting, and I guess I want to echo what Hisham's just said in terms of the split between sort of working from home and working on the sales floor. So I've worked with 105 agencies in the last 4 years, right? So I've got a really nice snapshot of what's going on in our marketplace currently. And there's definitely a shift and a trend towards getting back in the office. I think people are keen to get back in the office. It is 100% the best place of learning. It's 100% the place where you can learn by osmosis. You can take the Hisham model, if you like, and you can learn from other big billers and experienced recruiters in the business. So the knowledge share is increased. You turn up that dial by about 50,000% by being in the office, right? But interestingly, regardless of where you work, and I'm talking to you from France now, where my office is, where you work, the process is still the same, right? Whether you're recruiting for milkmen or managing directors, recruitment's a process, and recruitment is a set of methodologies that we need to learn and execute against consistently. So many recruiters are talking to me now and saying, Trev, listen, the market's with us. I believe I've got a really good chance to double my billings or become great. What do I need to do? How do I become great? And I think, I've been going for 25 years now, and I'm still a recruiter half of my career, right? So half coach, half recruiter. And I think a lot of these great young recruiters are expecting me to whisper some secret that's been passed down from generations of recruiters, right? That's going to unlock the world for them. And they're a little bit disappointed when I use one word, and that one word is consistency, right? So 150K biller knows exactly how to put a deal together the same as a 300K biller. It's just a 300K biller does it more consistently. I have a saying that will go on my recruitment tombstone when I go into the old recruitment graveyard, which won't be long now by the looks of things, but I'm going to say it for you. It's great recruitment is a consistent set of positive sales behaviours that we execute against on a daily basis. I'll say that again so you know I'm not making it up. Great recruitment is a consistent set of positive sales behaviours that we execute against on a daily basis. So great recruitment is about understanding your success factors, understanding that KPI phrase, that number phrase, how much I've got to crank the handle, understanding the methodologies that help you execute, and then being consistent in those methodologies day in, day out. So if it's 46 weeks a year, 5 days a week, whatever it is, be consistent. And that's the biggest. Look, the best recruiters in the world only ever have to do 3 things consistently, right? They register A-grade roles, they sell in properly matched profiles, and they book first interviews. Do that consistently, you win. And that's it. We overcomplicate. Automation is absolutely vital in our world. Absolutely vital in our world moving forward. Your product is absolutely vital in our world moving forward, right? But let's use it to facilitate more great conversations with great people. That's what it's there for. So.
Exactly. Take away, some of the mundane stuff and leave recruiters to be great at what they do.
100%.
That's the whole point of automation. Absolutely. Yeah. So I love that, because for me, most of my career being a recruiter. I've been,
Yep.
in technology, and I'm an
Yep.
engineer at heart. So I'm all about, consistent processes and getting them to work properly, because
Yep.
that's my engineering brain. So I love that. I'd be interested to see, because if somebody executes those methodologies and those processes consistently and excellently,
Yep.
like you said, then that's all they need to know. And I totally agree with you on that one. That's how I've been throughout my entire career.
Yep.
What's happening on the other side? What's happening on the buyer side? What are these excellent billers who are executing those methodologies consistently?
Yep.
Are they having to adapt those methodologies? Well, what's
They
happened?
will do. They will
Yeah.
do. Not right now. They don't. Not right now. As we speak right now, we're in a market, and I'm really old, as you know. I probably haven't seen a market. I came in 90. I got involved in 97, and I haven't seen a market like this since probably pre-2008. Now, this represents its own challenges, Martin, right? Because we've got a bunch of recruiters that have joined our industry in the last year, and they think it's always going to be like this, right?
That's
Now,
very true.
our market will flatten, our market will depress. Now, there could be some really nasty stuff going on in the world right now that could mean our market will depress quite quickly. And the challenge that I have, and the challenge that we have, is there's lots of good young recruiters who have been able to rely on speccing great profiles to clients over the last year, getting a turn on those profiles and making some placements. They're achieving good revenue, achieving good commission, but they're not learning their craft. So that's a challenge. Now, if we talk about the future is now, so if we talk about where we need to be, I've been working with a lot of organisations over the last 2 years around a productised solution, around moving far into consultative world, around the recruiter being involved in the boardroom rather than on the end of the internal recruitment call.
Yeah.
So we've been, the recruiter has to change its spots to move forward, right? We can't forever rely on contingent competitive jobs. We can't ever rely on just not really giving great value to our clients and trying to charge 20%. There's generally a shift and a move towards becoming solutions providers, and less is more, right? So if you were to ask me to blueprint out a great agency now, it would be less people, better trained, embracing technology and embracing a productized solution-led approach moving forward. So it's a different look and feel. I think what's got us here won't necessarily take us there. It's
No,
a process around that.
Totally get that. From service provider to strategic partner. When it comes to relationship with clients, and actually, correct if I'm wrong, but actually, the quicker that you can get rookie recruiters into that mindset, then probably the better for them and their career.
Naivety is bliss. Naivety is bliss. You can tell a rook to sell anything, and they will. So naivety is bliss. It's beautiful. It's the bigger challenge is when you've got senior consultants that have built good rev over the last few years, and you ask those guys to change, because you've got to unwind the mindset and put new behaviours in.
Yeah.
So the way that you, by the way, you might be hiring different rooks than you used to. You might be hiring sales second jobbers now. You might be hiring people that have worked with SaaS sales, people that have worked platform sales, whatever they've done. So your demographic may change in terms of the rook you hire, but rooks can sell anything because they don't know any different. So what a beautiful idea that is,
Lovely. If only. So Trevor, thank you so much. We have run out of time. I love having these chats with you. I think it opens up some really interesting thought processes.